Hi, my friends, it's Dan David again. I just wanted to follow up a little bit on yesterday's video to you. I firstly want to just apologize a little bit for the video quality wasn't as professional as I like it to be. I'm definitely not a professional, I guess, when it comes to videos and all that. I'm going to bring in some friends who are going to help me in the future. I really believe we're going to get to it soon and record better quality videos for you. So this is still something I'm learning and experimenting with. But and yesterday I had so many meetings, so I had a lot of time pressure as to what I could share and how quickly I had to get ready for my next meeting. So that always makes it more difficult to share. But I wanted just to I hope first of all you appreciated the message about that I will and I can, and the most powerful words we can use, words as I can't, I won't, I'm afraid. These words just mean that somebody is not able to move forward. The other words have hope and new possibilities of life. But I wanted to enhance a bit more of my message about Jesus, Yeshua, the Son of God. We call him Yeshua in Hebrew, it means salvation. I know I have a lot of secular friends on here watching me too. But Jesus is the Son of God, and he's the perfect example of the words I will and I can, because he decided to do God's will, the Father's will. And John 14 actually is one of my favorite passages in the Bible, John 14, because that's how he revealed himself to me when I was a secular Jew, just about to sign $1 million record deal. And I started even accompanying some, major singers in concert. 13,000 people were in the audiences, and I was playing my violin with a rock band. And just around these days, as I was 22 years old, Jesus appeared to me in a vision and took off the veil of the invisible and told me he's the way, the truth, and the life. And so I'll talk about it some other time maybe, but he appeared to me as well, and I started studying him ever since. But he is the greatest example of the words I can and I will, because he decided to do the will of the Father. And because of that, we have access to salvation today. He says in John 14:27, I'm leaving you a gift, peace of mind and heart. And the peace I give you, the world cannot give you. So don't be troubled or afraid. I mean, people in his day, his disciples were always afraid, saying, how do we know God? And he says, I am the way to God. You've seen me, you've seen God, the Father. And he kept reassuring them, don't be troubled or afraid. You could see, he had complete belief, Yeshua, and he knew the way. He knew the way forward. Yet people were so afraid all the time, asking questions. How do we know? How do we believe? How do we trust? And he says, "You've seen me." I mean, he says, "Blessed are those who haven't seen me and believed." You guys have seen me. He told his disciples. And so we need to be filled with faith. All through the Bible, it talks about faith. We need to be filled with faith. Last passage here in John, because I want to keep my video short, it really proves that Jesus was willing to do the will of God no matter what it took. He says, and he was even joyful about it, according to this passage in John 14, says, I don't have much more time to talk to you. So here he knows that time is of essence. A lot of people think, well, I don't like the pressure of this, or I don't, I'm afraid about, maybe there's strings attached. Now, I'm even speaking for myself, because when I was much younger, and God called me to share my testimonies on television and all that, I was so scared to do that. I was like, I'm not going to do that. I just want to be a local musician or whatever. I just there was a timing where I decided not to sign a record deal, but I didn't want to do the will of God. And God had to work on me and show me that there is no strings attached. But he loves me, and because he loves me, he calls me to this incredible, journey of being able to reach the world for his love, and to be able to do the work that he wants me to do, which is concerts and recording of new albums and CDs that change people's lives and help people. So, and bless people, of course. But here he says, I don't have much more time to talk to you, because the ruler of the world approaches. He has no power over me, but I will do what the Father requires of me, so that the world will know that I love the Father. Let's get going. And then this is Jesus speaking to his disciples, says, we got to get going. We got to do the will of the Father. When you want to do the will of God and you want to move forward and you want to say, I can, you do realize that time is of essence. You do realize that, I cannot do it exactly the way I want to. We have to work.